tastes so good.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hey friends, I'm JL.
I'm Liv, and this is Daisy.
And we are View from the Van. We're here today at Mount Rainier. Which is right behind me. Now this mountain is an active stratovolcanic mountain. And it is 14,000.
Wait. You know that we're not talking about Mount Rainier today, right?
Why not? We're here, it's there.
Well, it's there because I thought that we should give our viewers a good view while we're talking about us today. We're View from the Van.
Okay, I guess we're gonna talk about us today, guys. So let's go grab a seat, sit back, grab some popcorn, and hold on to your underwear. What's funny?
Where did that come from?
So, where do you want to start?
I think we need to start from the beginning, right?
Alright guys, let's start from the beginning. So, when I was born in 1983...
Wait, not your beginning, like the beginning of us. It's our story. So like, how we met.
I keep messing up. Okay, go ahead baby, go ahead and start it.
We actually met at the college bar that we both worked at in Norman, Oklahoma.
Hello kids!
We began dating in 2012, but what's really funny is we didn't even really speak to each other for the first 2 years that I worked there.
It's because she was scared of me, that's the reason why.
I wasn't scared of him, but he was my boss.
She hated me.
I didn't hate him either.
Okay. But on a Sunday, I was setting up the bar, and it was just like a movie, guys. My eyes got really clear, and everything around me just brightened. And I saw this girl, and something just bolted out of me, just like, I'm gonna marry this girl. And soon she turned around, it was Liv.
After beginning dating, we spent pretty much every day for the first 3 months together. So we knew from the very beginning that we had something that was truly unique and special.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah. So here we are today.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Story's
it.
done.
See ya!
Oh, if it was that simple.
I know, right?
It really didn't take us that long to begin traveling together. We first began traveling around our home state of Oklahoma, taking little road trips. Our first one was to Turner Falls, which is a waterfall area not far from where we live. And that was actually my first time really camping outdoors. I grew up in Mississippi, right in the middle of the woods, but if you guys haven't figured this out yet, I am terrified of snakes. So I spent as much time indoors as a kid as I could. So this experience really opened my eyes to the beauty of nature and the outdoors and what our planet provides for us.
It was really great too to take her to Turner Falls for our first date. Camping was something that was really big in my life, especially being a scout and an Eagle Scout now. It helped me connect with nature. It became a love of mine. So after we left our bar, I went to go work on wind turbines. I was fixing them, maintaining them.
Climbing,
doing a lot of climbing.
Always leave that part out.
Yeah.
He went to the top of them to work on them.
Yeah, that's true.
Insane.
And she went and worked for bands in the live industry.
Yeah, I went on tour and started working for various bands, and it really kept us apart for a lot of the beginning of our relationship.
Few years.
But we still met up and just took trips any chance that we could in between tours or whenever he had off work. One of the first times that we met up was actually in Las Vegas for our 1 year anniversary.
Vegas, baby.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we had a great time. And then just a couple of months later, my grandmother actually took us to Belize. I think that was like a 10-day trip, and it was incredible. We spent the first half of the trip in Cape Cocker on one of the islands of Belize, where they don't even have cars. They just get around by golf carts or bicycles or just by foot. One of our first excursions, I guess you could say, in Belize was when we went snorkeling. Why are you laughing about that one, love?
Yeah, it was the very first thing we did, right? We went snorkeling, and part of the snorkeling was swimming with sharks. And this guy here was really excited. When I jumped out of the boat, I landed on a huge conch shell, and it cut deep into the sole of my foot.
Just split his foot open.
Wide open. And again, there's sharks around us.
Shark Alley is what they called it.
So I'm sitting here just bleeding. Everyone's screaming at me to get in the boat. And I'm just sitting here just looking at the pool of blood coming out. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, I'm going to fight these sharks. You're not going to take my blood.
That didn't happen.
No, not at all. I was scared. So I eventually got back on the boat and they took us back to the island where they sewed up my foot.
Yeah. So for the rest of our trip in Belize, he was hobbling around, but we had a great time. We spent the rest of the time in Cape Hawker just relaxing, obviously.
Yeah.
Then we went to the mainland to Belize City and got to explore a lot of that area. We did some cave tubing, which was awesome, through a rainforest. And then we did like a riverboat tour.
Yep.
And that led to a tour of some Mayan ruins, the Jaguar
Temple. That was great to see.
Amazing.
She got to climb it.
Yeah, I got to climb it. He had to sit at the bottom and
Take
watch.
pictures and watch. It was a lot of fun.
We love traveling and seeing different cultures and being immersed in them. That's one of our favorite things. So in 2015, we both had a little bit of time off of work. He had some more time off than usual because he had gotten hurt and had his mouth wired shut.
And we just upped and decided to go to the Grand Canyon and let's go hike it.
You're right, I'm better at that part.
Told ya.
And
Fun
we
times.
thought it would be great to do this grand trip, a huge road trip, and we settled on hiking the Grand Canyon, all the way down and all the way back up. It was something that we have never really done before, staying out in the backcountry overnight and hiking those huge hills and everything.
I have done this. She has not.
We'd never done it together, right? So we had to buy all the equipment, the camping tent, the hiking packs, boots, poles, everything. So we bought all this stuff and we pick up and go to the Grand Canyon. Like, what's the worst that could happen, right?
Absolutely nothing. So here's a disclaimer, guys. If you're going to hike the Grand Canyon, please do not do it with your mouth wired shut.
I feel like that goes without saying. But we decided to take on the crazy idea of doing that.
About a day and a half into our hike, we crossed the Colorado River going to the other side up the other rim. And so at this moment in time, I'm feeling a little sluggish, feeling dizzy, and all of a sudden, through my wired shut mouth, I upchunk all of the protein shakes that I have been intaking for the last day and a half.
Ugh.
It really freaks her out. She is terrified.
I'm so scared. I take off running, but like I said, we haven't seen anybody in about a full day. I was very nervous. Daisy! Daisy! No, leave him.
Daisy.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Daisy.
Come here.
Daisy.
Come here. Ah. Good girl.
Daisy's about to go after a gerbil.
Yeah. Little guy. I saw him. I knew he was there. Come here. So I take off running. Luckily, it wasn't too far until I saw like a group of hikers along another ridge. And they were led by a guide that I believe was affiliated with the Park Service. So she called a ranger to come and find us, but also let me know that we actually weren't too much further down from a ranger station. So I go back to him and
We
help
were
him
able
make it up.
we were able to make it to the ranger station, to the medic unit. They pumped me full on the IV, so I got some fluids. And as soon as I started, intaking the fluids, I felt so much better. And you get a chance to hike the Grand Canyon, definitely do it. Absolutely beautiful hike, guys.
It was awesome.
It was amazing.
And we slept in the canyon right next to the Colorado River. It was
Had permits to go backpacking.
beautiful.
But I must say a disclaimer, do not do it with your mouth wired shut.
Let's start with touring together.
Okay. This summer. That's my girl.
You like that?
Yeah, that's a solid 8, girl.
So that following summer, I was going to work on Warped Tour with the band Set It Off. He still had his time off of work, but with his mouth being wired shut. First of all, touring in general is a very hectic job and lifestyle. You're working long-hour days, crazy schedules. Your flow of your day isn't really as strategic and structured, as it would be at a normal 9-to-5 job. So it's a crazy job in itself. But Warped Tour is a whole nother beast because you're working outside in the weather conditions all summer long on hot parking lots or in the rain, and especially working as the merch person like I was doing, you're outside for the entirety of the day, and if you're the only person running your tent, it makes it hard to walk away to go to the bathroom or to go get something to eat or to even just to take a break for a little while. And so I was able to convince Set It Off to let him come on tour with me and basically act as my assistant for the summer, which was incredible. There was no way I would have been able to do some of that work without him, or just survive mentally probably is the bigger thing, you know?
Like I said, we've been apart all the time
Yeah.
because of our jobs. So this is the first time that we're starting to be together. So we were both excited about it. But being on Warped Tour, man, it was gruesome, but it was great. It was absolutely great. I wouldn't change anything about that tour.
Yeah, it really was his first time to experience what I was going through every single day on tour and get there, it'd be right there to do it with me.
Day in and day out.
It was awesome. It was
and
great.
The people you meet on that tour, man, they're even greater.
Yeah, some of our best friends came from Warped Tour.
Hard-working individuals. Thanks again, Set It Off, for letting me come out. What's next?
I'm just waiting for you to stop so we can figure it out. You're a rambling man.
Yeah, you are.
Gotta let you ramble. It became my goal then to get him on tour with me as soon as possible. Before we go further into our story, I do have to pause and reflect on a full circle moment that I had whenever I was on tour.
But don't be like this.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to push it back.
I was trying to get in the...
You're...
I know.
There.
I wasn't that far.
Yeah. I was trying to go like this.
I know, you kept doing that.
Because when you went like this...
kept being like, this is my story. I wanted to tour as a little girl for the longest times, and some of the bands that sparked that interest for me were, for example, Simple Plan, and their album No Pads, No Helmets, Just Balls. And when I was touring with Set It Off, they actually ended up supporting Simple Plan on their 10th anniversary tour of that album, which I was working on. So it was a really full circle tour and just moment for me to be able to want to tour with these bands as a teenager, and then 10 years later here I am doing just that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm all about asking the universe for everything that you want. All the big crazy dreams.
You're not going to tell them what happened on that tour?
I played the very last hit of the set and severely messed it up. So that was a great time.
You're a rock star. You didn't mess it up.
Am I wearing the same shirt in that video?
I think you are wearing the same shirt.
Okay, also got this shirt from a Set It Off fan. Still my favorite shirt. If you're watching today, thank you. This shirt is, I've had it for at least 5 years now. I'm obsessed. I love this.
Still wear it.
Favorite shirt.
Yeah.
Best,
rock it.
Best, it wasn't a buy. I didn't buy it from her. I just traded.
Best gift ever.
Best barter ever. Yes.
That's the best way to say it. Yes.
Then in 2016, I think it was, whenever I discovered the idea of Vanlife on Instagram. I love van life. As soon as I saw it, I was like, we could do this. Like we already have lived on the road together. We already knew what it was like to travel and sleep in a moving vehicle and
in close quarter.
Yeah, and be close together and not be able to, you know, escape whenever we got in arguments or something.
Exactly. We had to talk it out.
From the beginning, we've been stuck together to figure it out. So it wasn't like too big of a mind shift. I didn't have too many questions about it. As soon as I saw the first van that actually looked like a home on the inside instead of looking like an RV, I was sold.
Or a tour bus.
That's all. Yeah, I didn't want it to look like a tour bus. We lived on those enough of our lives. It just seemed perfect for us because I just wanted to keep going and keep seeing more. Even when I wasn't touring, I wanted to keep touring. So that was the initial idea behind van life. So I convinced him, and
we sat down and wrote down a 3-year goal.
Three-year plan.
On that plan, we said we're going to buy a van, we're going to build a van, and we're going to be living in the van within those 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to jump in right there. After I said those 3 things, you're supposed to talk about the paper.
Well, we actually lost the paper at that point in time, but it was funny because we had refound it when we were moving out of the house that we were living in into the van.
Into the van.
So we looked back at that paper and realized that we had written that down exactly 3 years ago, and here we are 3 years later moving into the van just like the paper said.
And that's the craziest part about it is that we literally forgot about this sheet of paper those 3 years.
Didn't even like look at it again, I don't think. We're big believers in the universe and timing and making everything work out for you the way it's meant to. Stay positive and keep going after your dreams.
Keep
Manifest your dreams, friends.
Yes, you gotta do it, guys. You gotta do it.
Yes, if there's anything you learn from us, manifest your dreams. What?
Daisy!
Don't get her all excited yet. We don't have the GoPros on and stuff. So now we're at the part of the story that we know that you guys are all waiting on. How we got Daisy!
Girl.
You gonna get it? Yeah! Give me that sticky! I got it! Ow! I got it! I got it! I got it! Good girl! Good job!
Oh,
Dee.
good.
Sit.
You fumbled!
Give me that stick!
You fumbled! You fumbled!
Yeah! Get it, girl!
Yeah!
Give it! Ah!
Look at your mama.
Give me that stick! Give me that stick! All right, so the story about our Daisy girl.
Are you ready for this?
I actually was coming home from that exact tour that I was telling you about of working with Set It Off. And my mom had picked me up from the airport. She was driving me home and we had stopped at a gas station. And out the back door of the gas station, I see this cute little face looking in. I decide that I'm just gonna go give her a hot dog or something to make sure that she can survive, you know, in the wild. I go outside to take the hot dog to her, but whenever I got up close to her, I was able to put my, just pat her on the head, and I noticed that underneath all of her fur, she was just infested completely with ticks. Head to toe, ticks all over her ears, all over her body. A lot of them had been on her for a while because they were quite big. They had babies. It was not a pretty sight for sure. But growing up in the woods of Mississippi, I knew how to deal with that. And if I left her there, I don't know if somebody else would come and take her. If the pound took her in, would they just put her down? I wasn't sure. So I brought her home, and JL fell in love with her immediately, right?
Absolutely not.
He likes big dogs.
I like big dogs. And when she brought this little bitty fur ball into the house, I looked at Olivia and I was like, what did you do? Because she's always saving something or wanting to save something. She let Daisy down, and I remember it so vividly. Daisy literally walked to me. She stood on my chest, licked my nose. That kind of concealed it. I was like, babe, we gotta keep this dog. We gotta nurse it back to health.
Yeah, so we spent about a week or so picking all of the ticks off of her and took her to the vet after that just to make sure she didn't have any diseases or anything. She did have some mites that we had to get rid of, but she was all good after that, and she's been like the smartest dog, so adventurous. She loves people and everybody. She's so friendly, and she's just the best companion. But she was just such a smart dog from the very beginning. This clip that I'm playing is 2 weeks in, or 3 weeks into us having her, and she already knew all of these tricks. She's just such a smart dog.
There's a reason why we call her Crazy Daisy. This dog has already chipped off her canine. She's cut her tongue. She's been covered in ticks. She's rolled in all kinds of cow poop.
Yes, she's crazy, for sure. She's a wild dog. And actually, we're trying to figure out exactly what breed she is. We do think that she's some kind of terrier or something like that, but we want to know what her breed is. So if you guys have any ideas, Jesus!
Your breath stink. That's what I was trying to tell you. No.
Wow! So we want to figure out what kind of breed she is. So if you guys have any ideas of what she might be, drop it in the comments below. Maybe we'll have to do a DNA test at some point.
We think she's a wire hair terrier mix, but
Yeah.
if you could think of anything else, please
She's
let us
very
know.
unique looking, so we want to pinpoint it.
Nickelodeon.
So what happened next, baby?
One day, Olivia came home from tour, and she asked the same old question: will you leave the wind industry and come work with me in music?
I thought his job was too dangerous. I couldn't handle it anymore.
It's not. This specific time, I said yes. So in 2018, I was hired by a band named Starset, and we started touring together in 2018.
I got this bug flying around me, and he won't stop.
I told you. You need an Altoid? Yeah, I like how that went, but you just
I'm
messed
sorry, but what am I just supposed to deal with this? It's
Yeah.
gonna be on the camera.
I'll tell you motherfucker like Daisy does. There you go. There you go.
And we just love touring as a whole. It got us traveling all over the United States, into Canada. We even got to see a lot of Europe together. And that's actually where we got engaged in 2018.
Yep.
April. We were in Zurich, Switzerland. Do you want to tell the engagement story?
You tell it, because it's better coming from you. Because you didn't
But-
know.
But
Tell them. Go ahead. Listen.
so we had a day off in Zurich, Switzerland, and I didn't realize this at the time, but all that day he had been, and I should have known something was up, but he had been trying to get us to go do this crazy excursion up a mountain. I wasn't for it. I was tired. It was a day off. I was trying to
Swiss
chill.
Alps, people. It's the Swiss Alps.
And then he tried to get me to like wear a cute dress that I had with us on tour, and I was like, babe,
Not having it.
it's cold outside. I'm gonna wear my jeans and my hoodie, and you're gonna leave me alone, okay? So
That's exactly how it went.
he tried really hard to make it as picture perfect as possible, but we finally are taking a stroll along the river through Zurich, and I'm just taking in the surroundings and really enjoying the European lifestyle and how everybody's hanging out in the park, and there's some beautiful wildflowers that I sit down in and I'm like, take my picture. I want my picture taken here. So he starts taking pictures of me, all different angles, just being the Instagram husband that he is. So great. Love him. And I'm sitting on the ground in a bed of flowers, and he hands me his phone, and he comes and lays down on his stomach in front of me, and I just think it's for the angle or whatever.
No, it wasn't for the angle. I was trying to propose. The thing is, she wasn't standing. She wasn't working with me at all. I wanted to take her to the Swiss Alps. I wanted her to wear something cute. You know, I wanted her to stand while I get on her knee and propose to her while she's looking at this video. So I'm winging it, right? I give her my phone. She's looking distracted on a video that's on my phone. So I lay on my stomach so I can be below her so she can see the ring.
So the video was a bunch of close friends and family telling us, or just telling me how excited they are for me and all of this stuff, and I guess like essentially approving of you as my future husband.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? An endorsement from all my friends and family?
Yeah. Jail. Jail for president.
So there's a fly.
On the lens.
Not on the camera.
It's annoying.
I wonder if it's in the shot.
Let's do it.
Okay, it's gone. It's gone now.
So she's eyeballing, snot's running out of her nose.
I'd be crying like a mother.
That was the whole point. I mean, I wanted to make her ugly cry, and I wanted to give her something to be admirable and remember. But the best part was the hunt for her ring. Again, I was working for this band Starset, and so I told them what I wanted to do and that I'm looking for this ring. And one of the guys said, here, you know, take our Sprinter van that we have and go get this ring for your girl. You know, we'll do everything that we can to make sure that she does not know where you're going. And I go searching all over town.
Somebody told me, or he told me, that it's just like a quick errand that he's got to run. I'm like, okay, whatever. Go get it done, get back, right? We have work to do.
So I'm searching all over town for this specific ring that I picked out for her, and I couldn't find it anywhere. In the meantime, she's blowing up my phone. Like, where you at? We got things to do. You're making us look bad. I mean, I got you on this tour with these guys, and you're making us look bad. Like, where are you?
And everybody was just so chill about it. They were like, oh, whatever, funny JL.
The entire
ha.
band knows. You know, the entire band knows. On the very last stop before we went to Europe, in Chicago, I found her ring. And so it just seems like everything just played on how we wanted to happen. And it worked out. And I cannot be happier than what I am now.
We are big believers in timing and the universe setting you up for what you need at that moment. Hence why we didn't even speak to each other for the first 2 years of our relationship, and why for the first part of our relationship we were apart, to realize how important it was for us to be together.
I want to say thanks to the guys at Starset for being so cool and allowing me to fulfill one of my dreams and proposing to the girl of my dream.
And thanks for taking the chance on him to bring us on tour. Later that year, in 2018, we finally purchased the Sprinter van and began building it out. By that time, we had went on to work as personal assistants for Five Finger Death Punch, and we had a 2-month window of time off that we could take to get the van built out.
Yeah.
So we take it down to my dad's shop in Mississippi, and he helps us out tremendously. He helped us plan everything. He's a master electrician and has an extreme attention to detail.
And tools galore.
Yeah,
I mean, there's every tool that I can possibly think of was there.
Yeah, I don't think we had to buy a tool for the whole build, except for I don't think we had to buy a tool.
We didn't have to buy not one tool. He had every tool.
Yeah, and we had a very small timeline. We had 2 short months to get everything done, or at least livable. To the point that we could live out of it, continue working on it, and continue working with our jobs. It wasn't just until the other day that he and I finally took our first showers in the van after living in it for a year and a half, just because that was the last detail that we needed to finish. Before coronavirus, we were able to use gym showers, and just until recently, we've really needed to have our own showers.
So thanks coronavirus, I mean.
Really push us to get our projects
get stuff done. I love it.
Yeah, we've been busy. I honestly think that Daisy loves the van more than we do.
She does.
Yeah, just because she gets to get out and have new smells every day, and new experiences, a new pretty view for her poops. So we are extremely grateful for everyone that's hired us to work together. Touring is just an absolutely amazing experience. It introduces you to some of the coolest people, and the fact that you're meeting a new crew of people every time you take a new tour is incredible. You forever are just expanding your network with awesome people. And not only that, touring gave us some of the coolest experiences. We went skydiving on a day off from Warped Tour together in Las Vegas.
If you never skydive, I recommend that you guys do it.
Yeah, we love skydiving.
Oh, yeah.
What's one for you?
For me, for example, I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. I'm a big Method Man and a Redman fan. And because of that, I was able to sit side stage of the Redman and Method Man concert that they had in Vegas. And I was bobbing and weaving back and forth. These are just some of the things that, fortunate enough for us, that we were able to experience. What was one of the things for you?
You want to talk about how I play Flip Cup with Waka Flocka?
Hey, that's Warped Tour. That's Warped Tour,
I can't tell
baby.
you guys about that. That's not YouTube approved.
But it did happen.
Next time. Working firsthand with artists as they play to crowds of thousands of people is truly just an irreplaceable experience. Nothing else that I can even compare it to, really.
We worked with a lot of good crew and a lot of different people.
Yeah, you meet amazing people on the road and are exposed to many different cultures, and it's changing every single day. And so it's forcing you to be in new experiences and learn so much about other people and yourself. And we are extremely grateful not only for the opportunity to tour, but for us to do it together, because that's extremely rare for couples.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Extremely rare.
And then coronavirus happened.
Oh, love you, coronavirus.
Dum dum dum.
No more tours.
So we have a strong sympathy for everyone that used to tour with us and what they are doing now. We know that a lot of people are in a very difficult situation of how to support their families, but we saw it as an opportunity, and we got busy.
Gotta stay positive.
If you haven't noticed, we put out a YouTube channel.
Hi, Mom.
Like we mentioned that we finally got our shower done, and a bunch of other projects that we're going to be showing you guys here in the future. We also realized that by starting this YouTube channel, not only are we sharing our journey with you guys, but we're also going to be able to create a community of like-minded people and share our dreams of making this planet a better place with you guys and have your support along the way. So we're very excited to share our big ideas and our dreams and ambitions with you and the journey as we get there.
As we're manifesting our dreams, we want you manifesting yours, and we want to be a part of those with you. If there's things that you're doing, drop a line in a comment, let us know. So
what's your pandemic project?
Exactly.
And what you've been staying busy on, or what dream you've tackled recently. So let's support one another. Drop what you're working on below. I want to know all about it and follow your journey. Just let us know what's up.
Exactly.
That'll be fun.
Let's share this positivity for everyone.
That'll be great. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys, and hearing a bit of our story. We appreciate having you guys along for the ride.
And now you know about our Daisy girl and how we got her.
Stay tuned because we got some big things coming up.
And small.
We got some small things coming up too.
Just hang out and watch our videos. Sit tight, eat some popcorn. Just make sure you
hold on to your undies. Oh gosh, you're a goofus. Alright guys, before I let you go, I have to make sure you are aware we have printed View from the Van stickers and we are giving them away absolutely free. Wait, let me show you what they look like. They look like this, all pretty and shiny, and they say View from the Van. Ooh. We're giving these away because I am turning 30 years old next week. For my birthday, we are giving you guys a gift. All you need to do to get one is subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and send us your address. All of the details on how to do that on our website, viewfromthevan.com. Love you guys.
Daisy, Daisy, Goldie, Goldie, it's your birthday. It's your birthday, Goldie, 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 Goldie. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.